Hello and welcome back to Doctor Who season review, and today we're reviewing season 46, aka known as Doom Collation. First up we have the 11. Now this story, what is there to say about this story? What a great introduction to a great villain called the 11. Now the 11 is a rogue Time Lord, I think. And he was corrupted and crazy and, shouldn't have lived exactly like the Master, except he's worse than the Master. The Master is just crazy and sinister. But the 11, oh, he's dreadful. The last time we saw the 11 was in the Dark Universe, where we saw the return of Ace. Back in season 37 with Sylvester McCoy. The Doctor didn't know the 11 then, and this story takes place after that, in the Doctor's timeline, or in 11's timeline, of course. So the Doctor remembers the 11 in this story. Overall, the 11 I think is a decent beginning. Next, we have the Red Lady. Now, this is a decent story, I guess. I mean, the plot's there, kind of. But overall, the story itself is perfectly alright. I just don't like the fact that this story, or basically, I don't like the way the story ended, to be honest. I thought the story just ended very roughly, and it was just very rough, and the plot didn't go anywhere, and the story was just pointless, and the story of this one really annoyed me, and Helen doesn't do anything for me, to be honest. Next, we've got the Galileo trap. Now this story features the greatest painter that ever lived, apart from Vincent van Gogh, Galileo. It's alright of a story, I guess. Galileo is kind of cool, isn't it, I guess. The Doctor, Doctor could have been better, but I think Paul just tries to do what he's given. He tries with what he's given, and Paul McGann just sells in every scene that he's in. Honestly, I just really enjoy Paul McGann's performance as the Doctor. I loved him with Charlie Pollard. I loved him with Lucy Miller. Now I'm not so keen with these other two characters, but I guess they'll pass for me on some time. Overall, a decent Doctor Who story. Next, we have the Satanic Mill. Now, hear me out. This is not a good story. It's a terrible written story, terribly written. The Doctor is okay in it, I guess. And the plot is just, oh my god, I don't even know where the plot even is. The plot is just gone. No, seriously, plot has disappeared off the face of the earth. There is no plot. Overall, the story is just terrible. Next, we have Beachhead. Now this story features an alien race called the Vord, who haven't appeared since season 1 of the classic series, since the very beginning of the classic series, to be honest, since the Keys of Marinus with William Hartnell from season 1. The Vord in this, they're alright, I guess. Okay, I guess they're okay. I guess Doctor Who could never really do anything with them, to be honest. Overall, Beachhead is just an alright season. It's alright, I guess. Decent enough. Next, we have Scenes from Her Life. Now, this is a decent Doctor Who story, I guess. It's a little bit better than Beachhead. But overall, apart from that, it's not great. It's decent. I know I said decent, but there's a difference between decent and the decent. The decent gets a pass, but decent gets a C-. In all honesty, the story is okay. That's all I can say about this story, to be honest. It's okay. Next, we've got The Gift. This story, well, it's certainly not a gift from anyone. This story is okay. I like the Doctor as usual. I like Paul McGann, but that's just it. The story itself is awful. The characters are dumb. The other characters are dull and stupid and dumb. The plot doesn't really go anywhere, and throughout this story, I was bored out of my mind. I was bored. I did not know what to do, so I just sat there and watched, as I was bored to death. Next, we've got the Sonomancer. Now, like the rest of the stories, it's awful. It's dreadful. It's an impertinence, and it is unfaithful. And I can far to go and say it's shit. Utter shit. Never ever do I want to see the story again. Therefore, I think it's shit, and I think it's awful, and it should never ever been made. There, done. Next, we've got Absent Friends. Now, this story is awful. It's a horrible story, and like most of these stories in this season, I was just flat out bored. Just bored. I didn't know what to do, and I just sat there for half an hour listening to a story that was pure garbage. Next, we've got The Eighth Piece. Now, this is a decent Doctor Who story with River Song, and it's the first time that she meets one of the alternate Doctors from, from the series. And it's pretty decent how she does it, and how she gets away with it, and things like that, and how she, how she knows that it's him. That she knows she can recognise it, that's the Doctor. Overall, I think this story is pretty decent, actually. I like this one. Next, we've got the Doomsday Chronometer. Now, this story is pretty decent, I guess. It's got like a monk-type character in there, which is alright. I mean, it's alright for Doctor Who to do that, I guess. If you want to be, I don't know, sorry about that. If you want to be civil about it. Overall, this story is pretty decent, and I really like the ending to this one as well. Pretty somber. Next, we've got the Crucible of Souls. Now, I hate to point this out, but this story was fantastic. I really love the enemy in this one. The Doctor's really good. River, she's very good in this. Overall, the story was brilliant. Next, we've got Ship in a Bottle, and I was very disappointed in this story. Very disappointed. The story didn't go anywhere. Sure, Doctor's on the sea. Great, weird, good. But it didn't have any substance to it, and it really annoyed me. So the story is terrible. Next, we've got Songs of Love. Now, the story, it's pretty decent, I guess. It's an alright adventure with the Doctor, but I just don't think it works for the story, to be honest. And the season itself really didn't need this story to even exist. So therefore, it's awful. I just don't like it. Next, we've got The Side of the Angels, and it features the monk who, again, didn't appear since the Book of Kells and the Time Meddler. He's alright in this story, I guess. The Doctor himself, he's alright. Overall, The Side of the Angels is a definite improvement, and it's pretty good. And finally, we have Stop the Clock, the season finale. And is it good? It's alright. It's decent enough, I guess. Pretty average. Nothing really happens, and it was okay, like Lost, it was alright. I wasn't angry. Overall, season 46, Doom Collation, it's hit and miss, really. and it's alright. So that was season 46. Join me next time for season 47. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Spider-Man Pro 2004 YouTube channel.